There has been a completely wild event that has taken place in the realm of cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen. It was something that very few people anticipated. The banking sector, which is normally known for taking cautious measures, has collectively taken a significant leap into the realm of XRP. The amount of XRP Ripple coins that have been purchased by banks and other financial organizations is apparently greater than $11 billion. Indeed, you did hear that correctly. It is a true signal, it has been verified, and it is the most bullish signal that we have ever seen of this asset in its whole existence. At this time, industry experts from all around the world are forecasting that the price of XRP might skyrocket above $1,000 and potentially much higher. However, as you see the facts spelled out, you will understand why so many people are becoming excited about it, even if it might sound implausible. First things first, let's take a look at the changes that XRP has gone through. Not so long ago, XRP was seen as a potentially hazardous asset. While other cryptocurrencies experienced a jump in value, it was unable to compete due to its continuing legal struggle with the SEC. To fast forward to the present day, we are currently experiencing a renaissance. Within the realm of institutional finance, XRP has emerged as one of the most highly regarded assets. According to a research that was released not too long ago by the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, XRP is now one of the crypto assets that is owned by the most institutions throughout the world. There was a total crypto exposure of $10.27 billion that was revealed by 19 institutions. XRP accounted for 2% of that total, which is around $25 million. As a result, XRP is currently ranked third in terms of institutional holdings, behind only Bitcoin and Ethereum. As XRP continues to establish itself as an infrastructure, it is no longer only a speculative alternative cryptocurrency. The crypto world went into a frenzy when this information became public. The news was relayed on X, which was once known as Twitter, by a prominent supporter named Jack the Rippler, which caused enthusiasm to spread across the XRP community. He made the observation that the fact that XRP is ranked among the top institutional holdings is a clear affirmation of its value over the long run. XRP's steady ascent is getting interest not because of hype, but because of its real-world applications in payments, lending, and decentralized finance. While Bitcoin and Ethereum continue to dominate with a combined 53% of institutional exposure, XRP's steady climb is garnering attention. Within a span of barely 24 hours, 3 distinct businesses made public their intentions to include XRP into their fundamental operations. In preparation for the introduction of a blockchain-based lending platform in the third quarter of 2025 that will enable New York City-listed corporations to borrow XRP, Alt Capital Group, a subsidiary of Hyperscale Data, has disclosed their aim to buy $10 million worth of XRP before the end of the year. A significant achievement has been reached, as XRP is now being utilized in enterprise-grade decentralized financial infrastructure that is specifically designed for publicly listed companies. Vivo Power International, which is traded on the Nasdaq, is up next. An astounding $121 million in private finance led by Saudi royalty, notably Prince Abdulaziz bin Turki Al Saud, was utilized to support this company's announcement of a significant transition into an organization that is focused on XRP operations. A sizable portion of the funds is put aside for the purpose of purchasing XRP, while the remaining portion is used to encourage growth within the DeFi ecosystem that is associated with the XRP ledger. Us.Thankx International, on the other hand, has disclosed that it would be conducting a non-equity funding round with a maximum of $300 million in order to establish a strategic XRP reserve for the purpose of powering its global payments infrastructure. Considering that this occurred within a few hours after the statement made by Vivo Power, it is evident that this is not an isolated pattern. XRP adoption is not only gaining momentum, but it is also gaining momentum at a rapid pace. In the background, Us.Thankx Health had already surreptitiously arranged a credit facility worth $50 million in order to initiate its very own XRP reserve before this trio made news. There is a growing agreement that XRP is no longer only a speculative asset, rather it is now a mainstream financial instrument, and these actions reflect that consensus. The lightning-fast transaction speed, low costs and scalability of this system make it the ideal option for blockchain-based financial services and settlements that take place across international borders. And let's not overlook the fact that these actions are being taken by whom? It is not retail investors or influencers who are attempting to increase the value of a coin. Public enterprises, banks and even funds backed by royalties are included in this category. Not only is XRP surviving the legal issues that it has faced in the past, but it is also reinventing its position within the ever-changing financial environment. It has been suggested by a number of specialists that this might be the beginning of a far more significant shift. The buzz on social media is at an all-time high. It is being referred to as the tipping moment by analysts. There are projections of $13 per coin, $12 per coin, and even $1,000 per coin, according to certain individuals. One of the most impressive technical signs that we have seen has been brought to our attention by cryptocurrency expert Steph Crypto. A technical pattern that has historically been associated with significant higher surges has been broken by XRP, which has broken above the weekly trend ribbon. The last time anything like this occurred was in November of 2024, and it was followed by a boom of 500%. It is possible that XRP may have another parabolic surge if history is any indication. Steph forecasts a growth of 20 to 50 times, which would place the price of XRP somewhere between $45 to $11.2, based on the emotion of the market and technical indicators. The prior all-time highs would be completely obliterated by it. On the other hand, it's not that simple. The social media platforms are operating at full capacity. The army of XRP is acting with full force and efficiency. King XRP and other influential individuals are predicting that the price of XRP will reach $500, while the XRP Avengers are aiming for a price of $1,000. The things that used to seem insane now appear to be within grasp. In addition, these forecasts are not without foundation. In addition to a tremendous network effect, they are founded on a wave of advancements: institutional purchasing, enterprise acceptance, regulatory clarity, and enterprise adoption. The argument that XRP's enormous supply would prevent it from reaching these exorbitant values is frequently made by critics, who refer to market cap constraints as the reason for their argument. However, experienced analysts are putting up a fight. A snapshot of the market capitalization is not a ceiling. The liquidity, demand, utility, and strategic buy-in are the things that are important. At this same moment, XRP possesses all four. Because of this, the current instant is more significant than a price chart. The topic at hand is the growing recognition among institutions and developers that XRP is an important component of infrastructure. The participation of real estate and initiatives funded by the government is one of the most obvious indications that XRP is entering a new age. For its tokenized property platform, Prepco Mint, which is valued at $16 billion, Dubai made the courageous decision to use the XRP ledger rather than Bitcoin. Why do you use XRP? Quickness. The completion of a transaction on XRP takes only 3 to 5 seconds, but it can take Bitcoin anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. Moreover, there is the problem of the price. It is possible for Bitcoin's transaction fees to be rather high. XRPs, which are only a few of a penny each. Each day when you are processing hundreds of transactions, the difference quickly adds up to a significant amount. What about scalability?